So I'm just gonna see that everything works, that I have sound. Yes, perfect. We are live and it works perfect. I can see the comments on my phone and I think I'm a couple of minutes, 1 minute ahead of time. I always like, as you know, to go online with a minute or two extra, because the tech is always an issue, right? It's always like either it doesn't work for Zoom to connect, or the Facebook doesn't work, or you're live streaming in the group and you don't see the comments or whatever. So I like to live stream from Zoom because I think it's, I don't know, I tried both Chrome and I tried Firefox. And sometimes the live don't show the comments or whatever. So I try to use Zoom. And Zoom is good also because you can share the link if you're doing some kind of training inside a group and you want others to participate that are not in the group. You can share the link to them, right? So they can join live in the Zoom. Just make sure you close all the cameras and the sound so nobody can start their cameras or start their sound. But I like Zoom. I use Zoom a lot, and I use Zoom to record all my content in my courses that I share the screen, because I have courses in my Profit from Passion. There is step-by-step how to create courses, how to build landing pages, how to build funnels for your freebies, and how to create a freebie in Canva, and stuff like that. I actually use Zoom. I use Zoom and I share my screen and I record. And it works really, really well. And I mean, Zoom, I don't know what the pro is. It's like $15 a month or something like that. And it's really cheap for the thing you can do with Zoom. And then I use Newsendler to host my course. And I have the pro version in Newsendler, and then you can use their webinars. So all my webinars and masterclasses is through Newsendler. So that is the the tech I use. It's almost the only tech I use. I have Zoom, the paid version of Zoom. So I can do long streamings. It's like 15 bucks a month. And then I have Newsendler, and I bought Newsendler Pro when it was the previous price. So I pay $4.97 a year. And now the Pro version is $6.97 a year. So that is all I actually pay. And I pay for hosting my emails on Google Workspace, because I like Google a lot. So I have it there, and I pay, I think it's $15 a month. That is all the tech I pay. And before, when I had my app, when I started out online, I paid, I think, about 4 times as much. I think even more. It was almost $400 a month, almost $500 a month that I paid for tech that I don't even use now, when earning 10 times as much. That's funny, right? So welcome. This training, this is a bonus training. So this is about sales. And I want to talk about it because sales is something, when we learn how to attract the leads, when we go out there and being ourselves and know, first of all, who we're gonna work with, who is our soulmate client, who is the one that I want to attract. That is number one. Because if we miss that and we start attracting the wrong kind of people, it doesn't matter what kind of offer we're building, because no one's going to buy it. Okay? It would be like if I attracted people that wanted to lose weight inside this group, and then I tried to sell something about something else that are not about weight loss. Nobody would have bought it, right? So that needs to match. It needs to be an alignment between who you are, what you want to do, your why, and why do you want to do what you do for the dream client, and that is your soulmate client, the person that you want to work with. So the only people you attract are quality leads. And of course, there are going to come a lot of leads. As you know, I try to talk about leads. They are here, and quality leads over there. For me, leads are all kinds of people that wants to work online, right? It could be men, it could be MLMs, it could be network marketers, it could be service-based entrepreneurs, it could be whoever wants to launch an online business. But my quality leads are service-based female entrepreneurs. And this is so important. And as I said to you early in this week, you can't be all over the place. There is nobody earning a lot of money that are all over the place, because confused people don't buy anything. So you need to be crystal clear. But you are going to attract people that are not your soulmate client, of course. That is how it works, because you are online, everyone can see you. I mean, I think I had like 15 men that signed up for this three-day course. And on the page, it says female entrepreneurs, are you ready to get more clients? And even if it said female entrepreneurs, they signed up and they tried to get into the group. Of course, I didn't let them in because they are not my dream clients. So it doesn't matter, they don't need to be here. But as you see, you're going to attract a lot of people that are not your dream client, of course. But you want to eliminate as many as possible. And when you have done that, you need to have an offer that they are going to buy. And this has not been about an offer that you can create that they want to buy, because you can create offers, courses, whatever. But if they are not spot on, nobody's going to buy them anyway. So it doesn't matter what you create. Even if you attract the right kind of people, you know the right kind of people, and then you create an offer that they don't want to buy, you're not going to sell anything. That is how it works. So everything needs to be aligned. But today we're going to talk about when you come to the sale. Let's say you do a live launch webinar, you do a masterclass, 3-day workshop, whatever you do as a lead generation system, and you're going to turn those leads into paying clients. You can either have sales page, and then you need to have the copy pretty well done, right? Because otherwise they go to your sales page and they don't buy. Or you do sales calls. And when I started out, even if I had a low ticket offer, when I started out, my offer was a 247 offer. I did sales calls. This was in Sweden. And people in Sweden, I don't know about the other Scandinavian countries, but they are really scared. And they don't understand. I shouldn't say they don't understand, because they know they need to get help. But we don't have a credit card system. So you need to have the money. So you need to really trust the person that you are investing in. So I did sales calls, even if it was a low ticket offer. And oh my God, I didn't sell anything because I didn't know how to create the sales calls. I lost them along the way. I lost them somewhere along the way because they didn't buy. And it wasn't until I got help with Passion Apps that I started to do sales calls that actually converted into sales. I actually, when I did my first launch, I had 15 booked calls and I nailed 13 of them. I sold 13 programs my first launch when I knew what I was doing. Before that, I didn't sell anything. And that is why it's so important to have the process in the sales calls or the sales page written or talked in a certain kind of way. Because people want a result, right? They don't want to buy your information. They do not care if you have 10 modules or if you have 2. They don't care if you have a Facebook group or you have a membership site that they can look at. They only care about 2 things: solution to the problem and result. So in my program, we focus on result and solution to problems. We never ever talk value about how much is in the program because it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. I can promise you, nobody cares if you have like a lot of things. And if you even 1 second think that you're going to under-deliver, I think you're going to over-deliver. Because as soon as you over-deliver, people don't do anything because they get overwhelmed. So you need to focus on the problem solving and the result for your dream client, because that is the only thing they are going to buy. And it's the same thing when you come into sales. Okay, so if you do sales calls and you don't focus on the problem and the result your dream client on the other end of the call wants, you're going to lose them. So if you're just stuck up with some kind of sales pitch, and you do the same sales pitch, no matter who is on the other end of the call, you're going to lose them, because then you don't listen. So that is what we're going to talk about today. And then we're going to talk about your mindset, how it destroys, it kills your sales. It's going to kill your sales. Okay. So I would like to know if you do sales calls or if you do have a sales page, because if you have a course and you want to sell it, as many of you have in this group, you said to me you have a courses, but you don't sell it. Is it the sales page or do you do sales calls? Because it's a little bit different, because a sales page is a techy thing, right? You need to build it. You need to have it set up. You need to have some kind of payment system inside that page that are connected somehow. So an easy way to go is to do sales calls and then have like, I use Stripe, but you can use Stripe, Pay or whatever to take the payment, right? I want you to give them in the comments if you do sales calls or if you do sales page, if you have a sales page. Because it's a little bit different, because a sales page needs to be written in a certain kind of way. For this that I have, the offer I have for you, the profit from passion, I do not do sales calls because it's a low ticket offer or a medium ticket. But for my mastermind, that is 3,997 offer, I do sales calls. And that is not only for the person on the other side, it's also for me, right? Because I can't have people inside that program that aren't a good fit because they are not getting any result. So if I sold my mastermind to an MLM person, it wouldn't work. So I don't want those in there, but that's why I teach my client to have validation questions. So you can eliminate the leads from the quality leads if you do sales calls, because you don't want to do sales calls with people that are not going to buy. It's a waste of time. And I know this can be harsh to hear because, of course, you feel like, yeah, but I might help them somehow. Yeah, you might, but you can also help them by redirect them to a person that actually are their perfect match. So if I get MLM or network marketers or something on my sales calls, I know where to redirect them to the perfect fit for them so they can get help. That is how I help them. So that is a big difference between a sales calls and a page, because a page doesn't take you more time than create it. Sales calls take you time every sales calls. And then you need to know that the person on the side of the sales calls, if you're doing the whole sales calls, are a perfect match for your program, for your offer. Otherwise, it's not going to work, because you're going to spend a lot of time on people that are not a good fit, that are not going to be helped by your product or your offer or your course. They don't want to do that. That's two different things about sales page and sales calls. But if you have a high ticket program, if you have a program that is 1,000 or more expensive, you should do sales calls, because if you have a cold audience and they haven't followed you for so long, they might want to talk to you, right? To see if this is a good match, and especially if it's a one-to-one. If you're selling one-to-one, you all, of course, want to do sales calls, because you need to know that you can help that person, and that is a good match, because otherwise it's going to be hard to work, both for you and for the client. So it's not all about money, sales. But you need also to understand that you can't help your clients if you don't sell to them. I mean, if I can't help you more than I have done in this 3-day course, and this has been massive value, right? But I can't help you to launch that business. I can't help you to create that offer that actually is going to sell. I can't help you to find the perfect person for you to work with I can't help you to build it. I can't help you to launch it if I don't sell my program to you. You need to understand that with your client, that you can't run a business if you don't do sales. It doesn't work, right? It's not going to work. You can't earn any money if you do not sell. So you're going to come to the day that you need to start selling. And the sooner that day comes, the better it is, right? Because then you get your kick in the butt, and you start doing sales, right? So you want to go out there and launch, but you don't want to go out there and launch something that you're not clear who it's for, what it is, if it's the right solution to the problem, what kind of result you're giving them, some kind of promise, the price is right, you have a lead generation system set up. It doesn't work, right? You can try to do sale after sale after sales. Nobody's going to buy because it's not aligned with your dream client. But as soon as you have created this offer that is actually going to sell, that you know is a perfect fit for your client, you understand your client's problem and wanted result, then you can start selling. But we need to go out there and sell, because I know there was the most of you in this side of this group, when I did my poll, said that you had an offer, but you haven't sold it. Why do you have an offer if you are not out there selling it? It doesn't add up. You have a solution to a problem, but you're not trying to help people, because you can't help them if you don't sell. Okay, so we need to sell. So I'm going to talk a little bit also about the mindset around selling, because I hear a lot, everyone wants to sell high ticket. And there are pros and there are cons to do high ticket versus low ticket. It's your choice, right? But I have clients that come to me and say, yeah, I want to build a high ticket program. Okay, and I can ask them, have you ever invested in a high ticket? No. Have you ever bought a coaching program? No, I don't want to buy anything. But I want my clients to pay me $3,000. How does it even work? I mean, if you are not willing to invest time or money in yourself, how can you ask somebody else to invest money or time in you? If you don't think you are worth investing time in, if you don't think you are worth investing money in to grow in some kind of area in your business, your mindset, whatever it is, it could be your health, it could be your relationship, it doesn't matter what it is, right? If you don't feel like you are worth investing in yourself, how can you ask others to invest in you? I would really love to know, because I get clients that never ever bought anything and they want to create a high ticket program. That is fine, out there selling it, but they can't even relate how it is to pay like $3,000, 5K, 10K for a program, because they never would ever buy anything, because they don't think they should invest in anything, right? And that doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. If you are not willing to invest money in your mindset, in your health, in your whatever, in you cannot ask another person to do that. That is number one. And I don't think you can find any coach that are earning a lot of money that never ever have invested in something. You don't, right? You don't. And I started out investing in an app. I started investing in, it was kind of a launch system. That was my first investment. Then I went on and I invested in a 7-figure business coach. And then I invested in a webinar coach. And I invested in a sales coach. And then I invested in another business coach. And I have the next one in mind. Actually, I have 2 persons that I want to work with. So I always look for some kind of investment to do to take me to the next level. Because if I go to the next level, I can help more people because I get better in what I do, right? You need to understand that you need to invest in yourself. Money, time, health, fitness, relationship does not matter as long as you feel like I am worth investing in. Okay? That is a key thing to sales. It's a key thing to understand that you are worth investing in for yourself and for your client. And I know that I'm worth investing in. I know that I help my client. There is no doubt about it that I don't take my clients to the result, right? So I know that, and you need to know that as well, that you are worth investing in, okay? That is number one. You are worth to invest in. The price that you put on your course, your offer, your program, you are worth the money. It's not what's in your program that is worth, it's not worth a penny, right? But it's the result and the impact that you do for your client that is worth the investment. It's the return of the investment that they do that are worth the money. So if I ask you, okay, if you invest like 10K today and you in 3 months get 100K back, would it be worth it? Yes, it would. If you invested in 1K today and you would have health or no pain, whatever, in 3 months, you would be totally painless. Would it be worth it? Yeah, it would, right? So you need to understand the return of investment for your client, for yourself. You need to understand the return of investment. It needs to be worth it. And it's not worth your stuff inside your program, your modules, your videos, your Canva, whatever you host your course on are not worth anything. It's the result you give to your client, the impact you do for your client, and the solution to the problems you give to your clients. That is what they are going to pay for. Not how many modules you have, not how much you put into your course, not how many bonuses you give, not anything about that. It's the result. They buy a result. And without to know exactly what kind of result your dream client wants and exactly know what kind of problems they have, you're not going to sell anything. That's why it all starts with you and your dream client. You can't start going out there and try to sell something you don't even know what it is or what kind of result you give to your client. It's not going to work. And even if you sell something, when they come into your program, it's not a match. They are not getting any result, then you feel like, yeah, I couldn't give anything. It didn't work. And you end up refunding, right? So that is the key thing. So then when you have them on the sales calls, the webinar, or you have a sales page, you need to take them to the sales page. That is what most of us lose them. And I have done I think I've done almost 150 live webinars where I have had a webinar coach. So my webinars convert really high because I know the exact step by step. And the ones that do the live launches with me in the Profit from Passion, we use this system. So we use the system where the webinar or the workshop or the course, whatever you want to do to generate the lead generation system is set up in a certain kind of way to convert the people that comes in to paying clients. Okay, so that is the second thing. You need to understand the steps. And the crucial step is when you take them to the sale. And most of us fail because we start talking about how much is in our program. That is number one when you lose them. It would be like I would say like, okay, so now I have Profit from Passion. It's 8 modules. It's 59 videos. It's 13 live. It's 3 months of coaching program. It's this, and it's this. And I don't even mention the outcome of this for you. If I would have started talking about the outcome to set your mind, what would happen if you could create this? If you come into my program and I could help you launch a profitable business and offer that actual sell to attract an audience that are ready to buy, attract quality leads, and turn it into paying clients, how would that make you feel? That question is worth more than everything that is in your program because nobody cares. Nobody cares. So that is number one. You're going to lose them. Start talking about how much is in your program. Okay? And all the bonuses. You can give a bonus. I rather do a bonus somehow, of course. But when you start focusing on how much here you give them, you're in the wrong way, because the value is always in the result for your dream client by joining your program. Okay, that is the key. So you don't want to lose them by start talking about how much you're going to give them. And the second one is when you name the price, you continue talking. And this is especially in sales calls. And I have done that. Oh my God, I have done that. I started to tell them the price. It was like, yeah, I have this 247 offer if you're interested. And then I didn't let them answer yes or no. So I just continued talking. Oh yeah, and I can give you this and this and this. And if you feel like, and I can also give you this and this. And then I'm going to do this and this and this. And they were just on the other side saying, no, this is too much. I don't want to buy this. I didn't even let them answer me yes or no. I didn't even let them come up with some kind of objection. I just continued talking. And that is number two that's going to kill your sales calls, is when you just continue talking and you don't let the other person answer when it comes to the sale, the point of your sale. When you name your offer, this is what I'm going to give you. This is the result I can get you. This is the solution I have to your promise. This is my course. This is my price. Are you in? And then you need to stay quiet and you need to let people answer yes or no if you're in a sales calls. If you have a sales page, it's different, because then you focus on the outcome of your dream client. And then you say, the link is in the comments. And then they click on the link. And all this stuff that are in the program is going to be on the page, right? But if you do sales calls for high ticket program, you are going to lose them if you don't stay quiet after you ask them if they want to buy. And I have done that mistake up until I hired myself a sales coach. Then I understood that I need to stay quiet, and I need to understand that people need to answer me yes or no. And I shouldn't be afraid of objections, because you're going to get a lot of objections, especially if it's high ticket, if it's a high investment. And especially if you never, ever invested in a high ticket program yourself. You don't really understand how it is, the scarcity about invest that kind of amount in somebody else. Okay. My most expensive program that I have bought was 6K. But I had followed her for some time, right? So I trusted her. I knew that if I invest this, I'm going to get it back. So when she said the prices was a no-brainer, right? Yes, I'm in. Of course I'm in. This is what I have wanted for over a year. Of course I'm in. But if you've never ever done that kind of investment, it's really hard to put yourself in the other person's shoes. When you say the price, oh, it's a 6K offer. You need to understand there's going to come objections. If you are the slightest and not clear in what outcome for your dream client that offer has, you might have an objections. And I'm going to tell you 6 things that is going to kill your sales calls. It's actually 6 things that are going to attract objections on your sales calls, that is going to attract them to say no direct. Okay. So that is number 2. It's when you don't stay quiet after you ask them to invest in you. You need to let them answer. The number 3 is that you don't understand that you need to listen what they say in a sales course. Now I'm talking about sales course. So when they come to a sales course and you just do your sales pitch, you don't even listen what kind of result do they want, what kind of problems do this person have, because you have a dream client, she's here, you're taking her to here. Along this journey, she has a lot of problems, right? You need to listen, what does this person think is her biggest problem? Because your sales pitch, your structure, your strategy, how you're gonna help this person needs to add up what kind of problem does she facing. Because as I said, this is not about you. This is about your dream client's journey. You're going to help your dream client. Doesn't matter what you know they need. It's what they think they need. That is the only thing that matters. So if they think they have a problem, and if they think they need a specific kind of solution to the problem, but you know that it's not that, you need to sell what they want and then give them what they need. It will, like, clients come to me and they say, yeah, I can't get any clients. I can't sell. I need help with sales. And then I look at their niche and I understand that that's not a profitable niche. So you're not going to be able to sell it. But I can't do that in a sales call and say, yeah, you need to look over your niche. No, my niche is fine. I don't have any problem with my niche. I need to be better at sales. That's why I want to buy your program, to be a better salesperson. Because they don't understand what the problem is. You know it, but they don't. So you can't sell what you know they need. You need to sell what they think they need. And that is number 3, why we kill our sales. Because you don't listen. You don't listen what they tell you. And this might sound hard, but I have been in a lot of sales calls. I have watched several hundred webinars, and I can promise you, when they come to their sales, you can feel if they get any sales or if they don't, because they don't listen. And I have been to sales calls where I just say no right away, and I have been to sales calls that I have said yes right away, because they listen. What kind of problem do I have? What kind of solution do I think I need? And then they sell that. And then I come into the program and they give me something else that I actually needed. And it's an aha moment. Okay, this is what I need. My course isn't profitable. It's a lot of my clients has created courses already, but they are not selling them because they have chosen a niche where people can't pay for it, where people don't want to buy this. They don't want to buy this. They don't want to spend money on this title. But my clients don't understand that that is the problem. So I can't sell them that. I need to sell them the solution that they think they need. And this might sound like we are fooling our clients, but we are not. We're actually helping them because you know what they need. You know how you can help your clients. So as soon as they get into the program, your course, you are going to help them. There is no doubt about it that you're going to help them. Okay? So that is number 3 that kills our sales. And then I want to give you, take out pen and paper, because this is 6 things that is going to attract objection. And objections is when your client on the other side of the phone, this is sales calls, say to you, I don't have time. It's not the right time right now. I don't have the money right now. I don't want to invest in this. I don't know. It's all the, sometimes it's like excuses, and sometimes it's to protect themselves because they are in a scarcity mood, because most objections come from they are scared. But it also comes from you. And that is what you need to understand. First of all, you can never, ever blame somebody else if you're not getting any sales. It's because of you. It's because of you. Either you attract the wrong kind of people that don't need what you're selling. Okay, you pretend to be something you're not. No, you attract them, they are not buying. You have the wrong kind of people, or the wrong, you can't talk to that person. You don't talk their language, right? It's a lot of step-by-step situations that is going to attract the objections. But sometimes it comes from the client. They just come up with an excuse. I don't have time. And for me, it's time. For me, it's the number 1 objection that I get from my clients on my sales calls. It's time, because they are scared that it's going to take a lot of time, but they can't do this because it's going to be a lot of time to do this. So that is an objection I get a lot. So I work, before I come to the sale, I work through that objection. So they can't come up with that objection because I already worked through it. I'm going to give you 6 things. So take out pen and paper. Number 1, that's going to attract objection is when you start talking about what's inside your program. Because what happens is that they get overwhelmed because you think the value is about how much you give them, but instead they're going to feel like, whoa, this is too much. I can't do this. And the number 1 objection you are going to get is time. I don't have time for this. I can't do your program because I don't have time for all this. So that is something that attracts objection. So start talking about how much is in your program. Okay? Number 2, when you show up either in a webinar, sales course, or like this, or a 3-day course, whatever, with a desperate energy, an energy that you are desperate to, that you feel you need to sell. You're desperate. And even if you have that pressure, you can't bring it into the call or into the webinar, whatever, because you're not getting any sales, because the energy goes right through the screen and out on the other hand. That is going to attract objection. And the objection is either time, I don't have money, I'm not sure that I can invest right now, it's not the right time, whatever. It can be whatever objection, right? That's number 2, desperate energy. Number 3, it's lack to communicate value. And this is something you need to practice. You need to practice to communicate value. And the value is always about your dream client's result and solution to the problems. That is what's valuable. That is something you need to learn how to communicate. Okay? So if you're a lack of communicating the value, you're going to get objections. That's why your conversion rate is always getting higher and higher and higher, because you learn, you get better at communicating value. So you need to practice that. That is something you're not born with, or you just happen overnight. You need to learn how to talk to your dream clients in their language. That is number 3. Number 4, it's a confusing offer structure. It's when you start to have different kind of options for your clients right away, or you start to getting confused, like I did. I did like this. I have this fitness program, and I can actually throw in this program. And if you don't want to do that, we can learn how to count calories. I have that one as well. And then I can give you one-to-one coaching, and I can give you a home workout. But if you want to be at the gym, I have that program. Totally confusing. They don't even know what's in or what's out. They don't even know if they get any result or if they don't. They don't have any clue. Those people always say no, of course, because they get confused. And this is the same thing when you try to attract different kind of dream clients. They are going to get confused. Okay? So that's why you need to be clear in your offer structure. You need to be clear in your offer structure. That's number 4. Number 5 is lack of leadership. It's lack of leadership. First of all, it could be in sales calls when you let the other person lead the call. It's not their call. It's your call. They have booked a call with you. It's not their call. It's your call. Even if it's about your dream clients, you need to lead the call, right? It's the same thing in webinars. If you have a webinar that is not structured well, that is all over the place, it's a lack of leadership, because you don't lead your clients. And this is something I talk about to my clients a lot when it comes to mindset, because you need to learn how to lead. You are the leader. You are the expert. And if you don't believe in that, that sales call is going to be really hard. If you don't believe that you are the leader, if you don't lead the call, they are going to become the leader. And it's a different kind of, I don't know, the structure, the hierarchy of it becomes wrong. You need to lead them. You need to lead the sales calls. That's why every sales calls need to have a structure written down that you follow. So you lead the call. As soon as the other person, on the other hand, start wandering around something that are totally irrelevant, you need to take them back. That is your job. That's your job. Okay? So that's number 5, lack of leadership. The number 6, I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. It's when you take sales too serious. Okay? It's like you think it's life or death. It's not, okay? If they say no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's like this. You are like 90 women in this group. Of course, I'm not going to sell 90 programs. Doesn't work that way, right? I might sell some high ticket. I might sell a couple of low tickets to somebody gonna just end up not buying anything at all. But I know that I created some kind of impact. You are going to leave this 3-day course and this bonus training learning something, right? You have opened your mind to something. Either it's in sales, or either it's in this mindset of the glass ceiling, or either it's in your thoughts about yourself as a leader, how to attract the dream clients, how to be you. I know I created an impact. So even if they don't buy, you have helped people. You need to understand that. And that is valuable. And if they leave your workshop, your webinar, your sales course, whatever, not buying, you do not die. You still live. You survive. I can promise you that. You, the other hand, have made an impact on another person's life. And that person, if they feel that you help them a little bit, they are going to stay in your bubble. And the next launch you do, they are ready to buy. Because they know that you can help them. It wasn't the right time right now. Maybe for them, they didn't have the money, they didn't actually have the time, or they couldn't take this now. They were not ready. All women that comes to my workshop are not ready to build an online business. They're not ready to create an offer that sells. It's okay. They might be ready later on. So if they leave my sales call, my courses, my masterclass, whatever I do, my webinars, feeling that they have learned something, I'm still the winner. It's going to be okay. And when we start taking it too seriously, we are going to attract objections, because that energy is going to go right through. It's going to go right through on the other hand. I mean, I know that I impact people. I know that I create a difference in people's lives, even if they don't join my program, okay? And you need to understand that you do the same. You do create impact. You do create change in other people, even if they don't buy your program. And you will not die if they don't buy your program. They might later on, but you need to understand it. You just need to do it all over again. You just need to launch again, okay? It's not the end of the world. And you are got all business, all high, if you look out there, all successful business people have failed. They have failed. Some people have failed multiple times, right? When some people do their first launch, like 15 years ago or whatever, they might have sold for $200. Did it stop them? No. They just got on the horse and did it again. And they did it again. And they did it again. And the key is they didn't give up, because they know they created an impact in somebody's life, right? So that is, when you take it too serious, that's going to kill your sales, okay? And then, I don't know if I have 8 things here. I thought it was 6 things. I have written 8 things, actually. The 7 things that's going to kill your sales course is when you show up with a scarcity about other people's money. And I can just say to you that if you go into a sales course, or you are creating an offer and you are afraid of, yeah, they can't afford it. I mean, how can you do that? You don't know anything about other people's money. You don't know anything about their bank account. You don't know anything about their savings. You don't know anything about them. So you can't go into a sales call with objects, or you bring the objections. You are the one with the objections, not them. They're not telling you, I can't afford this. You are telling yourself, they can't afford me. How are you to do that? You can't. You don't know anything about them. Don't have that scarcity. You know your worth. You know what you bring to your dream client, what kind of result you give them, what kind of impact you do. That is you. That is all you know. You know nothing about that person's financial situation. Okay? And who are you to judge, right? Who are you to judge to say, no, she can't afford it? You don't know that. She might have more money than you have. She might have more money than you have. And with that mindset, bringing that into your sales calls is going to kill it. They're not going to buy. You're going to have an objection, probably time, because that's the easiest objection we come up with. And we don't want to buy something. We say it's time. It's not the right time. So that is going to attract. The eighth thing, let's see. Yeah, the eighth thing that is going to kill your sales, maybe not your first sales, but let's say you sell. You do a launch and you don't sell anything, or you sell a little. So you don't sell so much. And then you don't care about to analyze what did work and what didn't work. Where did you lose them? You don't care. So you blame somebody else. Yeah, they didn't want to buy my thing. So I'm going to do exactly what I did all over again. Without looking, where did you lose them? And you can see it pretty well, because you can like see, okay, I attracted 300 people into a webinar. So I can see that I had 300 clicks on my link. So it's not how I talk to people that didn't want them to click because they actually clicked on my link. But then just 50 signed up. Well, there is something on the page that didn't align them to sign up. So you need to actually analyze all the steps. And the first step you need to analyze is, what kind of people did I attract? Did I really talk to my dream client in their language? So it was the right kind of people that clicked on my link. That is the number one you need to focus on, because that's where it all starts. But we tend to don't care. So we just blame somebody else. We blame the launch. We blame the ads. We blame the course if we are in some kind of program. We blame, yeah, my webinar kicked people out. We blame the email that people can't see my emails. They end up in spam, whatever. We blame everything, but we don't look at ourselves, what we can change. Because we need to learn how to do what works and what doesn't work. What works and what doesn't work. The thing that don't work, we need to change or remove. So if you start attracting the wrong kind of people, you're in groups or you write posts that are not aligned with the dream client, how they talk, their language. So you have the wrong kind of people click on your link, they're not going to sign up. Okay? They're not going to sign up. Because when they come to your page, your funnel, your landing page, and start reading, they feel like, yeah, this was not for me. This was not what I wanted to join. No, I'm not going to sign up. Then it's your lead generation that is off. Then it's your lead generation that is off. And you need to learn how to analyze this. Analyze all the results, all the data. And I know it's boring, because it is boring. I feel it's really boring. I actually hate it. I think it's so boring. But that's something you need to do for the next launch. So if you do launch and it doesn't go the way you wanted it, or you have like 100 people joining, but you just sold like 4 programs, something is off. You need to look at what didn't work. And often, like I say, if we are clear with our message, it's often the transformation into the sale, because that is when you start to become scared yourself. You become scared yourself because you are asking somebody else to invest in you. And if you never, ever invested in yourself, You don't know that you are worth it. You know the feeling when you invest in something and you feel like, yeah, I'm worth this. I'm going to go and grab this. Yeah. When you are feeling that you're not worth it, you're not worth the money that you ask your client for, or you're not clear in what kind of outcome. You might be scared that you're not giving them what they need. You might be scared that you are not, that you're under deliver. And as soon as those things comes up, you need to understand that if you even 1 second think that you're going to under deliver, you probably over deliver, right? You're probably over deliver, because we need to make it simple. Everything needs to be simple. So that is 8 ways. I found 8 ways. I don't know. I had 6 ways, but I became eight things that actually is going to kill your sales. And it's a long journey, and you need to try. You need to out there and you need to start selling, because it's not like, it's like building confidence. You can't like learn how, you can't grow confidence without competence. You need to try and go out there and start selling to people. And then you need to analyze what didn't work, what worked. Because if you never ever go out there and sell your course, your program, and try it, how can you know it works? You don't. How can you know? You will never ever earn any money. You cannot earn money if you don't sell. You cannot help your clients if you don't sell. You can't. It's totally impossible. You need to understand that selling is a part. If you want to work online, have this glamorous life, earning a lot of money, whatever, you need to sell. You can't have all that without selling. And if you're scared of selling, you need to go out there and try it out. And in my program, we do pre-sale, so we don't build any courses. We don't spend time to build courses, to record videos and stuff like that before we have sold this. Because you might be, if you look at how many things that can go wrong when you come to the sale, do you really feel like you want to spend 1 year creating something that is not going to sell? You don't. That's why we do pre-selling. We do pre-selling. We sell everything before we create it. So that is how you validate, how you need to learn how to analyze. And when you do the pre-selling and you don't sell anything, it's not the end of the world, because you haven't spent like maybe an hour to map out your steps in your course. That is it. Then you just change the way you do it and you launch again. And you're not going to die. You're not. Because you need to learn this. You need to start. You need to go out there and start selling. That is the only way you're going to be a good salesperson, is to do it. I mean, look at those people that run 100 meters or whatever. It's not like they start, yeah, I'm not going to run. I'm not going to race until I'm the fastest in the world. Then I'm going to go out there and I'm going to kill it. They would never, ever win, because they need to practice and they need to compete all the time to be better and better and better, to build competence. To build competence, that is how you grow confidence. It's by building competence and doing something and become better at it. I mean, my lives, when I started, when I did my first live ever, it was totally shit. I mean, if I look at that live now, it's just boom, like this. And I mean, it's totally shit. My first program, totally shit. But you need to out there. You need to build that confidence by build your competence. And the competence is just built by doing stuff. And sales is one thing you need to do. There is no way that you're going to build a business, you're going to have a profitable business, to live on this, to travel the world, do all the things that you want to do, if you don't sell. That's not work. It's never going to work. Okay? So that is all I have for this bonus training. Remember, Join Profit from Passion ends tonight at 12, and it's 12 Central European time. Central European time. Then I close it down for the 200 off. Just so you remember. In that program, I'm going to help you to create the offer that actually is going to sell. We're going to find the perfect client that is going to want to buy what you offer, to create the offer that they actually want to buy, and do the launch. To set up the lead generation system and to set up the live launch all along the way. So if you want that support, if you want this energy, come join me. It's a 3 months with this impact that I create, that I offer for my clients. I am there all the way, all steps of the way. I'm there to support them. I'm gonna put the link in the comment, and you can go and check it out. And I would love if you would join, because that's the only way that I can help you create your dream. That is the only way. I can give so much in a 3-day course and in a couple of bonus training, but it's not enough. You know it. You need to actually implement everything. You can learn and you can learn, and you can be stuck in learning. We call them course junkies. Is when you go from course to course, you go to the free program after the free program after the free program. You don't implement it. You just go and you listen, you write something down, and then you don't implement it. You just do what you did before. Then you go on to the next, to the next, to the next. It's going to take years. So if you want help to actually move on and create the course out there, selling it, even if you have the course, you have already got the course. It doesn't matter, because we're going to look at that course. Is it the profitable niche? Is it the perfect fit for you? Do you know how to talk to these people? Is this what impact you want to do? And is the price right? And you need to go out there and launch. You need to go out there with your product. If you look at this, you have your dream clients out there, okay? If you don't sell to them, the losers are them, because you know that they need your help. You know that they need your help. But if you don't go out there with your program, offer and say, yeah, I can help you, they are not getting your help. It's your fault that they're not getting your help, because you're not out there talking to them. So you can't help them. You just sit and watch thing after thing after thing, creating, when you should be out there talking to your dream clients and impact people so they get your help, because you know you can help them. You are the perfect person to help your dream client. You are the perfect person to get your dream client the help they need. You are the perfect person, and you know it. You know what massive impact you can create. But you can't create it without go out there. Doesn't work. You can do so much by just do post online without selling, but then you can help them a little bit. Yes, you can, by giving value, but you can't give them the result that they want. It's totally impossible if you don't go out there with your offer, talking to people and sell. That is the main thing. You cannot help your dream client if you don't sell. And they don't get the help that they need because you didn't go out there. So if you think about your dream client, you know you want to help them. How can you help them? By selling your program to get them into your course or get them into your program. How do you do that? Yeah, you need to go out there and offer it. Otherwise, it's impossible. It's not like they're going to knock on your door. Hi, do you have a program for me? No, they don't. You need to show up and give it to them. Okay, this is the solution to your problem. This is the result that I can give you. This is it. This is what you want to buy. They come into your program, you give them the result that they need. Okay, that is the only way. And it might sound rough, but I mean, look at it. There is no other option. There isn't. And confidence comes from competence. I mean, you can go so long on endorphin and things in the body when boosting your mind. But during that time, you need to go out there, taking action to build competence. So you become better and better and better in what you do, talking to your client, doing better and better live launches, better and better webinars, better and better lives, better and better to write copy, whatever. But if you don't do it, you will never, ever, ever become better at it. and there will be no business ever. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yes, I'm not known for sugarcoat because I like to tell it what it is, right? I like to tell it what it is because I have done all this. I struggled before I took the help that I needed, right? I struggled. I did all this. I thought it was just posting stuff and people would just come to me. I spent hours, weeks after weeks creating content in my courses that nobody bought because I didn't know how to do it. I did what I thought they needed or what I knew they needed, and I tried to sell it. Nobody wants us to buy that. Who wants to buy that they need to learn how to count calories and they need to learn how to do this and this and this and this? Nobody wants that. It wasn't until I understood how to talk to their language that I started selling. And I was scared. I was really bad at sales. So if I would have known back then what I know now, I would have converted way more, right, with my launches. But I wouldn't have been here if I didn't take action back then. I wouldn't, right? I wouldn't. If I would just sit there and think, yeah, I'm not going to go out there and sell until I have the perfect thing, there would be no perfect thing. I would sit in Sweden. I would driving around in a truck, living in the truck from Monday to Friday, the job that I so desperately wanted from. If I didn't take action, no, I would just be there. If I would have thought that I needed to create the perfect program before I went out there and sell it, I would just be stuck in that truck. When I took imperfect action and I started to talk to people and tried to sell, yeah, I didn't sell good, but I tried it. And the clients that came into my program, I got them the result and they wrote me a testimonials. This is the way, this is the perfect program. I sold more and more and more and more. And when I implemented that with strategy that I learned from a 7-figure business coach, I did the 7K launch. In 3 months, I launched my new program, month 3, and I did 7K my launch. I wouldn't have done that if I didn't try out. No, I wouldn't. You don't. So thank you. And thank you so much for this amazing 4 days. And I hope you watch Ray's Ray. It's all in the guide. So check it out on the bonus training. She's amazing. I love her. One of my clients, she's going to create a massive impact for her clients. She's amazing. So I would love if you would watch her, and if there is a link in the comments in that video to her Facebook page, so go and support her. And if you feel like you have a low back pain, you want to get help with, she's the go-to person for that. So please go and join her. So I'm going to see you this week because I'm going to do a workshop, a mastermind later this week that is up ahead. So I'm going to link it into this this group. Otherwise, I thank you so much. On Tuesday, the trainings is going to be taken down. The 3-day training, this training is going to be taken down because what you need to understand is that you need to take action. There is no business without action. Okay. So you need to take action. So make sure you watch the trainings and you implement what you learn. If you implement what you have learned this week, this is going to help you massively. If you want more help to launch that offer that is going to sell, to attract the dream client that you want to work with, to do the launch, live launch, have everything set up step by step to actually do a really good launch, your first launch, please join me in Profit from Passion. I'm going to put the link below. So I see you and thank you so much for joining me, and I love you to death. Bye.